Hello, my name is Connor Woolley, and please excuse me for the setup, but I'm making do with what I have. I decided to do my project on Kim. He's a marketing director at Virtuos Entertainment, and as well as independent promotion contractor, throughout the state of Texas. Um, in his job, he has a couple roles he plays. For the marketing director of Virtuos Entertainment, basically what that is that's a startup company that brings DJs and electronic music artists to Houston, and so that company is in charge of all the way from booking the artists, reaching out to their management, to throwing the entire show, the promotion of the show, the marketing of the show. So pretty much they're involved in the whole process. So he's the marketing director of that. So he is pretty hands-on what he does with the whole company. And also he's an independent promotion contractor. So he acts on behalf of promotion companies in the state of Texas. So any companies who are wanting to throw events or shows with certain artists, they'll independently contract him, and he will have to promote and market those shows. Yeah. How he carries out those roles in his job, in both positions, what he does pretty much goes hand in hand. Excuse me, sorry if you can't see too well. What he does pretty much goes hand in hand. And what he does really is important to the success of the entertainment music industry, or the live entertainment music industry, I should say, because without him, you wouldn't know who's coming, when they're coming. And he really is vital to their success. He has a really strong social media presence, which is how he does most of his marketing and advertising. Like I said, he promotes and markets the events that he's contracted to do so. All the events under Virtuos, the company. He also designs, and on the independent contracting part, Disco Donnie Presents and Insomniac events are the two main ones in Texas. The two biggest ones, I should say, excuse me, the glare, that he promotes for and markets the events for. He also designs and posts content on social media, which is how his audience sees the information that they're going to his site to see. So he provides a service, some could call it a niche service, for the ravers of Texas, for them to get all the information that they're trying to get. And also research is a big part of his job. He has to go online, and qualitative research are the two main methods. Sorry. He goes online to gather information that his audience desire to know, like I said. So that involves where an event is, when it is, who's playing the events. So he gathers research and then compacts it for people. That's part of his job. He'll compact it and give people a weekly calendar of events, as well as he's contracted to promote shows and post all of their flyers on social media mainly. And then qualitative research, he goes to shows in order to, mainly for Virtuos, but also for Insomniac and Disco Donnie. He'll go to a lot of shows in order to get the feel for the show, if people are enjoying it, what the turnout was like, what the vibe is like, as people say in the scene, and just really get a feel for the show and see if people are enjoying it or not. And also he'll also go to get feedback, so he can maybe market things a certain way next time, to, just so he can get feedback on the artist and his own work. And my TV screen is a little off color. It's kind of broken, but on the right there, Jay uses large social media following to promote all of his shows. He has a Instagram page, which is called TexasEDMC, Texas Electronic Dance Music Calendar, and it has 23.3 thousand followers. So that's a decent amount. I know Texas has a lot of people in it, but for ravers, that's a pretty good amount of people to get information out to. That's a lot of people who are go to your page to see when they can go out with their friends and spend money at the venues, and spend money for the companies who are booking these artists. So he's telling he's a really important part to them making money. Like I said, Disco Donnie and Insomniac are the two main people who he works for, as well as Virtuous, which he takes on a more hands-on role in that company because or actually, I get into that in my next slide. So daily activities. Online marketing and research is a big thing for him. He reviews social media in order to account for all events in the state. So most events in the state he's responsible for, but sometimes he'll cover all of them in the major cities. He'll post on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to give any updates or any news for any events. He also will develop new marketing strategies, which is important in online marketing because people don't want to sometimes see the same thing over and over again. So they see something new or a flyer that's designed new. He's also really good with design. He'll design flyers and content on social media posts certain ways that really capture your attention. And then he does face-to-face marketing. Like I mentioned, he'll go to events and get hands-on feedback on the events. He the people with whom he communicates, being the owner of the companies, so Disco Donnie, Insomniac, Virtuous, the club marketing managers, the president of the parent companies, the talent buyers, as well as, of course, his social media following, which is 23,000 plus, and he has multiple accounts, so I imagine that's a lot more than 23,000. The marketing challenges he faces. Leaked information about events is a big one. He said he even called it a nightmare because they'll sign non-disclosure agreements whenever they're told about this information, and which means that they can't disclose information. And non-disclosure agreements can get ignored sometimes because somebody will want to tell their friend about a show or something, and so the company will go into damage control, and then they might lose future bookings. Which is the opposite of what they're trying to do. They're trying to build anticipation for events so people will, buy early bird tickets or just buy tickets. And then sometimes they'll release like 4 artists, so those are cool, and then they'll release the rest of the lineup later. So if some artists get leaked that are going, then the managers could get mad, and then they could lose future bookings, future revenue. And then Facebook advertisements, he says, used to be a big problem because Facebook used to have a rule that placed a limit on the number of words that could be allowed on an ad before having to pay for it, which is hard for EDM, the EDM scene, and promoters and marketers in the EDM scene, because most of their flyers are all words because it gives information about the event. So you can't learn stuff off of pictures in this industry. You can by videos, because you can see who's coming, but in order to get all the information that you need to get out, you need to have words. So that used to cause them a problem. Well, that's it, and I just want to stress the importance of his job. It might not be the most. He is involved in a startup company that's been gaining a lot of success and has been booking very good artists, and they have only been going for under a year now, I believe. So he just has a hands-on process with that company more so than the promotion marketing side. Being the director of marketing for Virtuos, he can have a more, like I said, hands-on, but he can be more involved in the development of the marketing strategies, since he's not just promoting. He's yeah. So his jobs kind of go hand in hand, and they play off of each other. So thank you for listening.